Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to the first part of a new Space Station 13 tutorial series. We're going to run you through as much as possible, try to teach you all about the game. It's going to be made for people who are completely new and just want to learn as much as possible, through the video tutorials. We're going to be referencing to the wiki a lot, and hopefully you can learn a lot from this and actually start playing the game. So first I'm going to show the character setup. I'm just going to go to character 3 since it's completely blank. The first part is the name. You can click to set your own name if you wish. What I prefer though is just to set it to always a random name. That way your name changes every single round. But you can also just change it manually each round if you want. You can change your hairstyle, your facial hair, change the color, all of that stuff. You can customize your character if you want to. I typically don't really care that much about it because I usually end up wearing a helmet anyways. UI style, I would just keep that on midnight. It's just fine. Play admin, midis, play lobby music. This is just all preferences. Play admin midis, I usually like to keep that off because the admins like to play music. I don't really listen to it. It's just a personal preference. You don't have to worry about most of this. Be trader, be operative, be changeling, be wizard, be male AI, revolutionary, alien candidate, all this stuff. Let's keep that on no for now until we get farther into the tutorial. I'll be talking more about this stuff, but for now just keep it off because in order to play these, you have to know what you're doing if you want to be successful. Under occupational preferences, here is where you can set what jobs you want to set to the highest priority. As you can see, I don't have a lot of these unlocked on this specific server. You have to have a certain amount of play time before you unlock these, so I currently don't have them. I'm just going to set quartermaster to high. It doesn't really matter right now because the occupational choices only work at the round start. Oh, and it looks like the round's about to start. So I'm gonna set quartermaster to high. Actually, I'll set assistant to high. Assistant to yes. I mean, and what assistant is basically you go around doing whatever you want. You can help people out. You can just mess around. It's a job that really doesn't really matter. And it's going to be good for the sake of this video tutorial. So I'm just gonna, it looks like the server actually just went down. So finish setting up your character and then click save setup, and then once you get into the game, well, once I get into the game, I'll continue this video. Alright, so you're gonna spawn. If you spawn at the job start, you will, or at the round start, you're gonna spawn where your job spawn is. If you join in between the round, you're actually going to spawn at the arrival station, which is what I like to call the spawn, basically. It's where everyone joins when they join in the middle of a round. But since I was here at the beginning of the round, I'm here in the assistance room. So basically, you're going to use arrow keys to move. That's how you move around. For typing in out of character chat, you're going to type OOC. You can see this bottom bar down here. You do a space, and then you can type whatever you want. So I'm just going to say, hey everyone. Now remember, OOC is out of character, so don't be saying anything in-game that's pertaining to something in-game. Don't say that in out of character. This is specifically for just for stuff that's out of character, you know. So in-game stuff, if you want everyone to hear it, you're going to do say, and then put a semicolon, and then type your message. So as you can see over on the right here, I said that I say it here. You can see I say it locally. And you can see here, I said it over radio. If I just want to say something locally, just don't put the semicolon. It'll just say it locally. If I want to speak over a department, I'm gonna put a colon, and if I want to talk over medical, I'll do M for medical, S for security, C for command. But I'm only an assistant, so I don't actually have access to any of those channels, so I can't actually talk over medical or anything like that because I'm just an assistant. I don't have any special channels. If I want to role play out an action, I'm going to type me, do a space, and then type in my command, and as you can see right there, it's good to role play. It's fun in my opinion. I like to play in character. People are going to respect you more if you're actually playing in character and, you know, just giving everyone a fun role play experience. So to interact with objects, you can see at the bottom here you have two hands. Doing middle click will switch your active hand. You can see one of them's highlighted while the other isn't. Depending on which one you have highlighted, that's your active hand. So if I left click this crowbar with my left hand active, it's going to show up in my left hand. Now if I try to pick this up, I'm not going to be able to because I have the crowbar selected. If I select my right hand by middle clicking, I can now pick it up. So that's how you pick stuff up. You know, you gotta switch off between hands, make sure you're not holding anything if you're trying to pick stuff up. Right here you have your backpack. That's a nice little storage. You got your PDA. I'll go into that right now, why not? You have a messenger, which is useful for messaging people on the ship. You have note keeper. I don't typically use that. Atmospheric scan. Basically this tells you a little bit about the area you're in. This isn't going to really make much sense what it exactly does right now, but good to know. You have enable flashlight, which is useful if you're in a dark area. Your PDA does have a flashlight. You have this box you start out with. If you take that out of your backpack, you're going to need to click on it with an empty hand while it's in your other hand, and that'll open it up. You can see here we got a breath mask. You can, if you click this backpack on the far left, that'll open up your character's, what's on your character basically, your equipment. So I'm going to put that on my face, and as you can see on my character, now he's wearing it. We have here an emergency oxygen tank. I'll just put that in my pocket. We have 2 pocket spaces that can carry small objects. And I'm going to go ahead and put this box back into my backpack. Clicking this icon right here will turn on my oxygen, and you can see right up here tank pressure and distribution pressure. The distribution pressure is how much it's distributing, and the tank pressure is how much pressure it has less. Don't waste this, only use it when you need it, when you need oxygen. And there'll be an indicator saying when you're low on oxygen, so it'll tell you. Right here you have your belt. This is where your PDA starts off. I've put a belt there though instead of my PDA. I put my PDA into my backpack. Having a belt there is useful for having extra storage. Right here you have the ID card. Your ID allows you access into lockers, rooms, stuff like that, into certain computers. Right here you have suit storage, which is useful. I'm not wearing a suit currently, but if I was, I could put small objects there, sometimes even guns, depending on your suit. Shoe storage, gloves, your basic jumpsuit. You have eyes, mask, as I've already gone over, your ears, which I have a headset, you should spawn with a headset, and hat, which is anything that goes over your head or you wear on top of your head. So left clicking on items will pick them up, and then left clicking with the item selected will use that item on whatever you left click on. Right clicking on items will open up this menu, which it's the context menu. If you right click on certain things, you can see examine, pull, move to top, pick up, you can point at it, stuff like that. This is useful for some things you need to interact with them on the context menu instead of just left clicking them. But for the most part, you really only need to left click on things. Right clicking them is useful for examining them if you want to get an idea of what it is. So next we're going to take you on a little tour. Me and my friend are going to take you a little tour on the station, and let's get to that. Alright, so I'm here at the arrival shuttles, the spawn I was talking about that you go to when you join in between a round, and I'm here with Dylan right now, and we're going to be giving you a short tour of all the main parts of the station. So when you first start off, you have these lockers with jumpsuits in them. It's nice little hats and stuff, if you want to put those on. Alright.
Usually your job outfit is fine.
Yeah. So right here you have a little spot by spawn you can show at. Right here you can dispense food, drink, cigarettes, coffee, stuff like that. Over here we have the assistant's place, which I already showed you at the beginning of the video. Down here we have a place where you can get a bunch of new uniforms and stuff, toolboxes.
There's the personal closets. They're pretty good for storing any extra stuff.
You can claim
and no one else can open them.
You can claim these with your ID card in your hand, and then they will be yours. No one can mess with them except you after you claim it. So that's pretty useful. Down here you have the bathrooms. If you double click the mirror, you can actually change how you look. So that's pretty useful. Keep going to the right, you have the vault up here. I wouldn't really worry about that right now. That's kind of hard to get in there if you don't really know what you're doing. There's a nuke in there also, which we'll be getting onto probably in a much later video tutorial. Down here we have some supplies. I can't get in there, but we have stuff for crafting, stuff like that. You can see the captain over here. That's cool.
There's a corpse.
Yeah.
What is that, engineer?
Yeah, engineer looked like. What's this up here? Eva? Oh yeah. That's basically where you get spacesuits. I'm not gonna have access into a lot of this stuff, but I can at least tell you what it is. If you go up here, this is what they call the brig. This is where people go when they get arrested. Over here's the courtroom. I don't see the court used as often as I'd like it to. I'll just say that. I guess it would depend on the server really, but I've never actually seen the courtroom get used, unfortunately. That's the lawyer's office over there.
I'm sorry, I keep pushing you.
No problem. Down here we have, what's that place down there called?
That's the bridge.
Okay, that's the bridge. There you can call the shuttles in case when someone calls the shuttles, that basically means the round's going to end. Once everyone gets on the shuttles and it leaves, the round gets reset, and you can call the shuttles from within there. Below the bridge is the captain's quarter and the head of personnel, which two jobs we'll be getting into. Over here we have the cafeteria / bar. This is another good place over here. Cafeteria / bar, you can eat in here. Usually there's a bartender. He'll be serving drinks if that suits you. Oh yeah, you are the bartender.
Oh my, the head of personnel just gives someone.
Oh dear. I don't really want to get associated with this. Over here we have the chef's room. I just got closed out of it, but that's where he cooks all the food, basically, which you're going to need to eat to survive. Down here we have med bay. Med bay is where you go to get healed. There's also a chemistry lab in here. There's the virologist who works on diseases and stuff. All of these jobs may seem overwhelming, but we're going to be going into a few of the specific jobs and giving entire tutorials on those jobs specifically. This is where the chef usually puts out his food for you to publicly take. Up here is the botanist. These hydroponic trays is where he will grow food and different various plants which have different effects. Over here, this is the library. Once again, a room I wish was used often, but isn't exactly used that often, if ever. I've never really seen it used, unfortunately.
Quiet rooms like this are often dangerous.
Yeah.
It's like traders.
Also useful if you are the trader. Over here we got the chaplain's room. He's does all the religious stuff. You can see holy water, different. He usually has a Bible of some sorts that he'll hit you with if you're not being religious enough, I guess. Or down here,
I think it heals you.
Does it? Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Down here we have research and development, which I'm not exactly sure what that's for. You probably
Open the crate.
The captain's crate?
No.
I want to know what's in there. Oh dear, that's a lot of stuff. Over here is where the shuttle will arrive. As I mentioned earlier, you can call the shuttles, and this is where they're going to arrive when they show up. There's also other mini shuttles hidden around the map, but this is where the main one is, and this is typically where you want to go. Also, these lockers, the O2 lockers, these are very useful. As I mentioned before, the emergency oxygen tanks, these are all over the map, and you want to stock up on these. You want to keep at least 2 with you in case oxygen gets low and you need them. Always a good idea. So I think that covers, I guess we could go down towards station engineering.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be another main part to get. Right here
the
we
head
have
of personnel desk.
the head of personnel. Yeah, he will change your job, allow access into certain areas. Just give him your ID card, tell him what you want. You might need to get a stamp of approval from other head jobs, but just hope the head of personnel is a cool guy, because he doesn't have to give you access in certain areas. It's really up to him. Over here is the conference room. Down here we have more snacks, drinks, cigarettes, all that. What's down here? We got some oxygen tanks.
Atmospherics.
Yeah, atmospherics, where they control the atmosphere. As I showed you on the PDA, how you could scan the atmosphere, they're the ones who control that. Down here is, this looks like station engineering. That's where all the station engineers are. They work on the map, they change things, deconstruct, construct things, fix things up. They're pretty cool. They can also hack into things pretty easily. Go left over here, we have, I believe, mining's down here. Oh no, that's a maintenance.
That's like the maintenance that leads to mining.
Over here is where the quartermaster is. Some blood in there for some reason.
Mining is south.
Yeah, mining is just
like connected.
Just below this. There was a recent map change, that's why I'm a little bit kind of off on this. But quartermaster, what you can do here is request items, and if the quartermaster approves it, you can order crates of things, and that's useful because there is a limited supply of things on the station, so sometimes you need to order things. Over here is the teleporter. In order to get, you need pretty high access to get into there, but it's a nice little room. Over here,
I think all the heads.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure all the heads, yeah. Basically everyone with high access. Over here is where everything that gets sent to disposal comes through this conveyor belt over here. You can usually find some pretty cool stuff there, corpses and stuff. Might have some good stuff on them. Over here is the access to bridge, as we were talking about before. So that should cover all of the main parts for the most part. And in the next tutorial, maybe we should get into maybe like a specific job, or maybe what the different tools do, perhaps, something like that. I don't know, but yeah, just check in with the next tutorial. This was just the basic overview of how to do things. So yeah, tune in next time.